Hi, my name is Nicole Belanda. I work at Rockwell Automation as the Customer Advocacy Program Manager, and we're here to talk about results achieved. I'm here with Frank Freeman from Aero Fabricated Tubing to talk about some results that they've achieved. Hi, Frank.
Hello.
Hi, can you introduce yourself to everyone who's watching?
Yes, I'm Frank Freeman. I work for Aero Fabricated Tubing. I'm the Senior Manager of Sales and Operations Planning and Manufacturing Systems.
Perfect. And what exactly does Aero Fabricated Tubing do?
So we make parts for the HVAC industry, air conditioners, aluminum and copper tubing, and we have a significant braze operation as well.
Okay, that's great. And when you first came to Plex, what problem was it that you were looking to solve, or what challenge were you having?
Yeah, so our customers loved the data that we had, but it ended up being in several different buckets. Some data we would give them in Excel spreadsheets, and some we had on manual tally sheets, so just paper. And they loved the data, but they wanted it to be integrated. So Plex was the only system that we saw that had the ability to integrate quality data, along with all the production data and really just the massive data that manufacturing firms collect.
That's neat. So the challenge kind of was an opportunity coming to you from your customers.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. Yeah.
Very good. What type of data are these customers getting, and what are they looking for?
So they want to understand quality defects. They collect defects from us. As we produce, we try to reduce as many as we can. But a lot of the tier 1 customers that we satisfy, they wanted to see internal quality data. So that was a key element.
Got it. And what did you decide to put in place to solve this issue?
So we decided to launch Plex in December of 2015, and it took us a little while to implement. But once we were able to implement, we were able to pull data together just extremely quickly, significant data. Because the thing about Plex is you're collecting data, historical data, with every keystroke. And the data is massive. And we look back on our own personal history since 2015, massive amount of data over that time period, and we've collected every bit of it.
That was something I was going to ask you. So I know this is beneficial for the customers. Is this something that Aero Fabricated Tubing is also benefiting from as a company?
Yes, that's very, very accurate. With data, you can see where you should focus your efforts and your resources. Companies are very limited with resources today, and so you need to make sure that what you're doing is having a significant effect. And so that data mining that we're able to do helped us put the resources in the right spot. That's
great. What were some results that you saw?
So one of the things that we saw was just the management of inventory. Before Plex, we might lose inventory before it got to the finished good warehouse. We spent a lot of time making inventory and then get it to the shipping dock and then somehow lose it in our process. So our process before just wasn't very robust. So when we implemented Plex, we started barcoding everything throughout the entire facility, including inventory. So locations, inventory, from the time we started making a part to the time it was in finished goods. And what that allowed us to do is scan and move material through the organization, through all the different locations, and control it. And so we went from a not very good inventory accuracy in the finished goods category to well above 98, touching 99% on a regular basis.
Wow, that's a great result. Yeah, and I'm sure that's something that a lot of customers can relate to, especially if you're operating multiple facilities across different places it is easy for things to get lost if you don't have a system in place for tracking.
That is very true, very true.
Great. Did you have any other results after putting Plex in place? How else has it impacted the business at Aero Fabricated Tubing?
So some of the other things that we've done, after we had been on Plex for a little bit of time, we implemented Demandcaster that Plex brought into the fold. The thing that we had in terms of our business was we had some major customers that had pretty good forecasting systems, or at least they would give us the data set that they thought they were going to sell. And then we had a significant amount of customers that just weren't robust in that category and would give us orders, but never really give us a projected plan for what they were going to buy. And with Demandcaster, we were able to use the history that we'd been collecting in Plex all of that time to help generate future forecasts for certain items, namely items that customers didn't provide forecasts for. That was huge for us in terms of being able to see what the long-term plan was for ourselves and being able to plan out raw material flows. It was a big plus.
That's very neat. And I wonder, was any of that information about forecasting helpful for you to share with customers?
Yes, we have done some of that, providing feedback to the customer what we think their forecast is, particularly for customers that didn't have a robust operation in that category. So it's been helpful, and it helps in terms of being able to provide data back to a customer, about what's happening between us, and they see that there's an interest, that we have interest in doing the right thing for them. It's a big plus.
That's got to be great for relationship building and just to be able to offer that extra level of almost consulting back to customers because you have that data on hand.
That is correct. That's absolutely right. And customers value that, particularly in these days where it's been
Yes.
rough. To be successful and to have continuity. If the customer sees that you're still focused on them, it makes a big difference.
That's awesome. Do you have anything else that you'd like to share about results that you've seen, or maybe any advice for those who are watching?
Well, just what we did, we had a vision, from our leadership, our president, that he wanted to do something that helped with this integration. And we spent a lot of time looking to try to find the right partner in helping us put that together. And as we developed in the implementation process, we spent a significant amount of time studying ourselves, trying to determine what's the best solution for us in terms of how do we look at the business? How do we want to look at the business going forward? And that was just a super key element.
That's great. Thank you so much for your time, for sharing your story with all of us. Frank, this has been really informative. I appreciate it.
Thank you.